Here we will see constructor in Python. A constructor is a special type of method or function in a class. It generally used for instantiating an object of a class. The primary use of constructor is to declare and initialize data members or instance variables of a class. The constructor contains a collection of statements, that is instructions, that executes at the time of object creation to initialize the attributes of an object. Constructor is executed automatically at the time of object creation. In Python, constructor is invoked whenever object is created. A constructor always has a name init, and the name init is prefixed and suffixed with a double underscore. A constructor is declared using def keyword just like methods. The method's first parameter should be self, which refers to the current object. General syntax for defining a constructor is def, init, self and the body of the constructor, where def is a keyword which is used to define a function. Init is a method which is a reserved method. This method gets called as soon as an object of a class is instantiated. And self is the first argument which refers to the current object. It binds the instance to the init method. It is usually named self to follow the naming convention. There are few rules for constructors. A constructor must be defined with the name init. It must be defined with the self keyword in its parameters. It cannot return any value except none. It is only used for object initialization. In Python, every class must necessarily have a constructor. If there is a class without constructor, a default constructor is automatically created without any arguments and parameters. There are different types of constructors in Python. First is default constructor. When you do not write the constructor in the class, Python itself creates a constructor during the compilation of the program. It generates an empty constructor that has no code in it. Non-parameterized constructor. When the constructor doesn't accept any arguments from the object and has only one argument self, it is known as non-parameterized constructor. This can be used to reassign a value inside the constructor. And parameterized constructor. When the constructor accepts arguments along with the self, it is known as parameterized constructor. These arguments can be used inside the class to assign the values to the data members.